recruitment. I get tons of questions about that. So I have gotten together with my good friend Jay, and he's going to give you some recruitment tips.
Hey guys, this is Jason Bolden. I am the assistant coach at Trinity Christian College in Palos Heights, Illinois. We are a 4-year college. We are in the NAIA. My good friend Gina asked me if I could put together a video for you guys, or a couple of videos for you guys, with some recruiting tips and some suggestions, ideas, what we're looking for and stuff like that as coaches. So let's get into it really quickly here. For the most part, coaches are always recruiting. We may be going to a tournament to look at a kid that's on our list already, or we've had conversations with already, but we're always looking for other kids. And so what I mean by that is, just because we're going to visit one kid doesn't mean that we're not looking for other kids or other players as well too. So with that being said, you got to make sure that your effort is 100% all the time. I always like to say, and sometimes I'll even do this, I'll kind of, when I get to the parking lot, I'll walk around the parking lot a little bit and I'll watch what happens when kids get out of their car. You know, who's carrying your bag. I always tell kids, eyes are on you the second you pull into the tournament. I don't want a kid where mom and dad have to carry their bag. You know, the kid's relying on mom and dad to do all of this stuff. I want a kid that's going to be self-sufficient, because when you get to college, you're going to have to be self-sufficient. So again, eyes are on you the second you pull into that parking lot at that tournament. College coaches are watching everything you do. Okay, so please make sure you know how you treat your parents, who's carrying your bag, what you're doing in your warm-ups. All of that stuff is extremely important, and we are paying attention to all of those things. So going on a little bit more here about ages and when we start looking at certain kids and so on and so forth. So, at the 14U level, we're going to get an idea of some kids that we're kind of interested in, what needs we might have, but there's not going to be a lot of communication between us and kids at that age for the most part. Most of our communication with players is going to start when you're 15, 16. That's usually a really big age for recruiting, and 18 as well. So basically 15 and up is when you're going to start to see a little bit more communication from the coaches to the players, or the coaches to coaches, so on and so forth. So it's important, though, that even though you're in the 14U level, that you're still working really hard and we're still watching you. So again, making sure your effort is great, how you treat your parents, are you connected with your team? Are you a good teammate? Those are all things that are super important for recruiting, and things that we're paying attention to. I always say when kids hit about 15 and 16, they're playing that 16U softball. You, as a softball player, have to research schools. You have to have an idea of where you want to go. Are you a local kid? You want to stay semi-local? Are you a kid that wants to go farther away? Those are things that you have to kind of research and see where you're at, at that moment. That could always change, of course. But again, I think that really puts a gauge on where kids want to go and the schools that are going to be around that area for you to be looking at. The second thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to research to see if that college, that school, has your major, because you can't go to college and major in softball. I mean, I think that would be a great major, but unfortunately you can't do that. And you want to make sure that when your time is up as a collegiate athlete, that you have a degree, so that when you go out, you have a really good degree that you can go out in the world and get yourself a job. And you want to make sure that school has your major and that you're interested in playing softball. One of the best things that you can do is email coaches, okay? Emailing coaches, telling them where your tournament is, giving them a list of what your tournament looks like for the summer or for the fall. Always include a little video if you can, or a link to a skills video. That's always important as well too. If you have a lot of kids use sports recruits and other types of platforms to post videos, a link to that is always great. Okay. Another great way is to attend the college's camps. If you know that this school